Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'd like to share very important in public speaking, which is knowing your audience before delivering your speech. Whenever we stand in front of people, the success of our talk is not determined only by the contents of our words, but also by how well those words connect with the listeners. From the very first minutes we begin speaking, our audience is already making a decision whether to give us their attention or to switch off. That is why building a good relationship with them from the start is absolutely essential. So, how do we achieve this? The answer lies in preparation. A good speaker takes the time to find out who the audience is, what they already know about the topic, how they feel about it, and the best way to communicate with them. Um, if we skip this step, we might end up delivering message that feels irrelevant, too complicated, or even offensive. But if we succeed in understanding them, our words will resonate and our ideas will be accepted more easily. There are many ways to learn about our audience. Sometimes it can be informal. We might talk to people who know them, observe their behavior, or simply guess based on the context. For example, if we are going to speak in a high school, you can assume your listener are teenagers with a different perspective compared to adults. Other times, we may gather information formally using surveys or questionnaire. We can ask about their age, their occupation, their interests, even their attitudes. Um, Whether done formally or informally, the goal is always the same: to gather enough information to adapt our speech. Now, when we talk about the audience analysis, there are several layers to consider. The first is demographic analysis. This means understanding their age, gender, cultural background, education, or group membership. These factors may influence how people receive information.
Thanks, Andy. Now, let's talk about the psychological and interest side of the audience. Every audience has values, attitudes, and beliefs. This is where the speeches succeed or fail. Imagine you're giving a talk about technology. If the audience love innovation, they'll lean in. But if they're worried about job loss because of technology, you'll face resistance. This is why Alexander Lyon reminds us. Alexander Lyon is a, like a communication coach that the link of YouTube being given by Miss Amy. Ask what the audience cares about. Their concern shape how they'll hear your message. One practical tip: put yourself in the audience seat. Ask what excites them, what annoys them, what keeps them awake at night. If you can answer those questions, you can craft a speech that connects. Let's talk about something we all actually use when we present: psychological audience analysis. Basically, it's not about what I want to say, but what you guys are ready to hear. In literature, we always say meaning is co-created between the text and the reader. Well, in a speech, meaning is co-created between the speaker and the audience. Attitude and belief, also values, It's look like three things that we have to um, blend into one good psychological things. Attitude is kind of some kind like a preferences. Example, you like Shakespeare, I like Tolkien. Maybe believe what we think. It's true or false. Example like Tolkien is better than Shakespeare. Debatable, right? And then values. It look like more deeper like that, like a timeless sense of right or wrong. Example, literature should reflect human truth. And then right after these things, we will talking about the three dimension. Three dimension. Interested versus uninterested. If people are bored, you need a hook, like in a novel. If the first page is boring, no one continues. Favorable versus unfavorable. Some audiences love your topic, some hate it. Like a critics who either adore postmodernism or say this is nonsense. Captive plus voluntary. Some people attend because they have to, like hello compulsory classes, or other because of they want to. Your job, make both groups feels make both groups feel the speech is worth their time. So psychological audience analysis is like doing literally criticism, but your text is the audience. You look at their preferences, beliefs, and values, then adjust your delivery. Because just like a literature, a speech doesn't exist in a vacuum. It only matters if the audience connect with it. And let's not forget interest level. If your topic feels too abstract, they'll check our mentality. But if you link it to their daily life, suddenly you've got their attention. And here's a pro tip from Lion. Don't just prepare for your audience. Adapt during your speech too. Look at their face, their reactions, even in classroom or online presentation. Their feedbacks tell you if you are connecting or losing them. Okay, so we know who they are and what they care. But here we comes the tricky part. How do we actually adapt our speech to fit that audience? For that, let's pass it to Awan.
Okay guys, as Irma explained, now the next is application, handling conflict and conclusion. Okay, for application in public speaking. Okay, application means the practical or use of public speaking skill in real life situation. For example, is of application. There are education and example, classroom presentation, graduation speeches, and seminars. And the next, business. For example, product pitching, job interview, meeting, and motivational talks. And then there is community and social, political campaign, charity events, and religious speeches. And then the last one is media and entertainment. Example, hosting event and stand-up comedy and podcasting. Okay guys, purpose of application, there are three point. And point one is build confidence and courage, and point 2 is improve communication effectiveness, and the last one is influence, inspire, or persuade an audience. Here is the big takeaway. There are three points for a big takeaway. Okay, point one is demographics, tell you who the audience is. Okay, point two is psychology, tell you what they care about. And then the last point three is adaptational, is the art of making your words fit their words. Okay. Okay, and now is a handling conflict in public speaking. Okay, conflict can happen during a speech. Okay, either between the speaker and audience, or among the audience members. Okay, there are types of conflict, and number one is a verbal conflict. For example, interruptions and disagreement and negative comment. Okay, two, there is a non-verbal conflict. The example is audience saw boredom and lack of attention, sorry, and or noise. Okay, and the last one is three, situational conflict. For example, technical problem, edge, broken mic, or slide error. Okay, guys, and how to handle conflict? For handle conflict, there are to stay calm and professional. Okay, do not respond with anger, and then use light humor to reduce the tension. Okay, and the next is respond politely. Example, thank you for your opinion. Okay, let's discuss it together. Yeah, like that. Okay, and last, control the audience. Okay, bring attention back to the topic if they get a distraction. Okay, and the last one is a focus on the main message. Okay, sorry, don't let the conflict take over your speech. Okay. Okay, guys, exactly, this is where theory turned into practice. Yeah, once you know demography and psychology, your job is to adapt. Okay, if the audience is formal, use a structure and professional language. Okay, and then if they are casual, loosen up. Okay, use humor. Yeah. Okay, and wait, sometimes you will meet a mixed audience, say student and teacher in the same room. Okay, that is when you balance. Use example that touch both sides. Okay, now let's pass the conflict sides. No matter how good your speech is, you might deal with skeptics about the past, or even disagreements. And then what should you do? Okay, first, acknowledge acknowledge respectfully, never ignore. Okay, and the second, first common ground, even critics respect a speaker who listen. And last is the third, stay composed, confident, build trust, especially under pressure. Okay.
Maybe that's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, thank you for stay with us till the end.